Hey guys, it's Kelly. Just coming on for my 4-week update from my lower body lift, arm lift, and fat transfer to butt. I wouldn't say I'm out of the woods yet as far as back to feeling normal. Still a little bit hunched over, still some random pain, kind of uncomfortable to sleep, but definitely getting better every single day. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my incision care, and then I'll also show you my incision for my arms and for my lower body lift. But I'm going to talk a little bit about it first. The first week after surgery, the main thing that I had to do was put Neosporin on it. Well, this is like the store brand. My fiance got this because it was cheaper. But it says compared to the active ingredients in Neosporin. But it's just like I don't know what you'd call it, antibiotic to keep bacteria down. And then I was supposed to wrap it with surgical dressings, but I showed you guys I ended up using maxi pads because they were cheaper. And then I was taping it with medical tape. So that was pretty much the first week, maybe first week and a half. Going into the second week, my doctor gave me a scar cream. I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's something that they kind of had formulated and they stick in a little bottle. I can't see what my camera's doing, but it's like a yellow gooey stuff. So for the next week to 2 weeks, I was putting this on, still using the maxi pads, because again, they're cheaper, wearing my compression garment every single day. As far as my arms, I don't have a compression garment for my arms, so I use Ace bandages. The other thing I wanted to show, yesterday was my 4-week mark. The doctor asked me to stop using the maxi pads and to start using paper tape. He had showed it to me before I left his office. I looked at Rite Aid for it. They didn't have it. I ended up having to go to CVS, but they had a couple different kinds. This is the one I got. It's just medical tape, but it's specifically paper tape. I didn't realize how many different kinds of medical tape there were. So anyways, I put this on for the first time 2 days ago. And he didn't tell me why, but I looked up the reason of why to use this. I definitely trust him because on Dr. Zaga's website, when you look at people's incisions in the after photos, you can barely see them. So I definitely trust his plan of how to handle the scar. I looked up online why plastic surgeons recommend paper tape, and it said for 2 reasons. One, it stops the scar from like if this is the scar and I put the tape in between these two, it stops it from pulling apart, and it also helps it lay flat, because I had showed you guys on my arms how part of it puckered up. There were some spots on my back that were puckering up. So anyways, the other day I wore it for the first time, and when I took it off later, the scars were definitely flat. However, the reason I took it off so soon is because I was having some sort of small allergic reaction. I had little red splotches all over my stomach, and I had some on my outer arms. So I don't know if it was the tape or I actually switched lotions that same day. So I used 2 new things on the same day. So Dr. Aga told me not to use the tape anymore, but I am going to try it one more time just to rule out that maybe it wasn't the lotion. Only because in 1 day of wearing the tape, I saw a significant difference of my scar laying down. So I do want to try it again just to see if it works. I don't know how long he wants me to do it for, but I've read online people doing it up to 6 weeks, up to 12 weeks. So I will keep you updated on how that actually works for me. Now, I guess I'll show you the incision, and I'll show you my belly. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't really see what my camera's doing. This is my belly. I am you might not be able to tell in the photo, but I'm extremely swollen. Like this entire area is just like this mound of swollenness. I sent Dr. Aga pictures, and he said that it is very swollen. He says I need to take it easy. Over here, I left part of this untaped so you could see how the incision is. Right there. As you can see, it's coming together pretty nicely. All right, and then I'll show you guys the other side where the tape is so you can kind of get an idea of how it works. There's the actual tape going over my incision. So as you guys know, I'm getting married. It's 4 weeks away. My wedding dress came in the mail, and I haven't been able to put it on yet because I'm swollen. I'm 99% sure that it's going to fit. The thing is, it has a corset back that has to be tied together by somebody, and I haven't had anybody yet to assist me. I'm actually supposed to be going to the tailor today to try it on for the first time and have her measure. However, I think it might actually be a good idea for me to postpone her doing any alterations because again, like I said, I am so swollen, and I would hate for her to change the dress, and then 4 weeks from now, my body is different again. The other thing I wanted to show you was my arms. They seem to be healing pretty good. My right arm still gives me a little bit of problem as far as poking out. I talked to the doctor. He said he doesn't know why it would be doing that. That's not a normal thing. So he told me just to force it down to my side. So I have been doing that, and it does seem to help. I don't know if it was just maybe my body's response to it feeling uncomfortable pushed up against my side. But again, I taped one so you could see. That one's taped. And just to show you the placement again of the scar, it pretty much runs right along the bottom so you can't see it. And the nice thing is, now that my arms are laying down a little better to my side, I can get a view of what it looks like from behind, and you can only see about 1 inch of it, which is what Dr. Aga has said. And now I'll show you the one, which one's not? Okay, so this is the actual, my camera, I can't see what you guys see. So you can see the incision line. It's pretty straight. It's pretty thin, goes down into my armpit part way. I can't wear deodorant to the 6-week point, and I'm a person that is very into smells. I'm very paranoid about smelling, and I always want to make sure my house smells good before people come over, and I always want to make sure my car smells good before people get in there. I'm always paranoid stuff smells. If I have guests coming over, I will make sure that the towels, I will go smell them and make sure they're not musty or anything, and that's just some weird little personality thing that I have. So it's kind of frustrating not being able to wear deodorant because I don't want to smell at all, and there have been some days that I had a little bit of odor. It hasn't bothered me too much, but the day that I flew and I had to have people helping me, when I flew home from California, I had to be people helping me in the wheelchair. I actually went in the bathroom and almost started crying because I was concerned that they could smell me, and I highly doubt they could, but that's just how paranoid I was about it. So that's kind of one downside about having the incision go into my armpit, is not being able to wear deodorant for a while. What else did I want to talk about? I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm recovering great. Just trying to eat healthy, doing some random walking around the house, trying not to be doing too much stuff. At night is when I'm in the most pain. For some reason, I know it's time to go to bed when I start having pain, and I don't have pain throughout the day, but when I lay down at nighttime and I start getting tired, I'll start getting these sharp stabbing pains in my incision. But what's really weird is wherever it was hurting at night, the next day when I woke up, then that part will be significantly more healed. So for instance, one day where my drain was on my side, it was hurting me really bad at night, and when I woke up in the morning, it was half the size that it was before. So it's kind of interesting. So I think that's all. Hasn't been too exciting, sitting around doing nothing. I did return to work for 2 days last week. I requested a closer office because every hour I have to walk out to the front and get a client. So I did request a closer office so that way I wouldn't be walking as far, and I may actually again do that this week. I just work 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So that hasn't been too much for me. One interesting thing was wearing dress pants. It was the first time wearing pants since having the surgery, and actually I've only worn pants 3 times in the last month. I think that's part of the reason my incision is healing up so good, is because I'm really trying not to put any extra stress on it. So I wear the dresses, or today I have on a skirt. I'm just trying to be very careful and very clean with it. So, but I guess that's all. I know some of you guys asked me questions. I apologize. I will definitely answer those in the next video. I just wanted to talk today about the incision and the scar and all that sort of stuff. So again, if you have any questions that you want me to address in a video, I will do a video answering people's questions about it. So let me know, put them in the comments, or send me a personal message, and y'all have a great day.